excited.
Dude, it's good to see you, man.
You too.
You're like one of those people that, like, the minute I see you, I'm in the best mood ever.
So am I.
So Jim Breuer in the house, and dude, we were just talking off the air.
Yes.
You're going to be doing a sick mashup of comedy and rock and roll.
Yes, I did it years and years ago. Like, we're
99.
talking 98, 99, 2000, 2001. I kicked off, I would mix hard rock music and I would do stand-up, and I kind of mix the two.
And where does that idea come from? Like a party or something? Like you're at a party and you're just like you're
No,
you're being funny and there's rock and roll in the background, or
You know what? All my friends I first started doing stand-up in rock clubs. That's really how I started. In 1985, all my friends were little musicians. They're like, hey man, why don't you, before you introduce us, why don't you go up on stage? And then once in a while, we would goof, and they'd do an AC/DC lyric.
right?
And then instead of the lyrics, I would do the stand-up. You know, we do a Highway to Hell. You know, Highway to Hell, down to hell, and then instead of me doing the lyrics, I would talk about what happened the night before. And then when the joke hit,
awesome.
What a brilliant concept.
Yeah.
Nobody does that. And then we started toying with it. I did it. So when we did the big tour, though, we had a 40-city tour. I had a tour bus. It was great. And then September 11th hit, the 5th show in.
So what kind of venues are you gonna play?
Well, first we're going to do festivals. Because
Okay.
you have to build it. Who's buying into this? But I know, for me being a fan of this music, to me this is the Wiggles for adults. I want to go to the show where it's like an 80s metal show with the lights and all that, but I also want to bring my kid without seeing, hey, how the F is everyone's having mother today? And I got the two strippers. There's none of that. I don't need it.
Now, is this something like you would consider, like after touring these festivals, like maybe settling down and doing Vegas? Is that something that you would ever want to do? Like
Everyone
hard rock?
says no.
Yeah.
However, when they offer 8 figures,
Right.
To stay in one locale.
everything's open then.
You're playing Funny Bone tonight.
Just tonight, tomorrow.
So this is like a warm up. What do you do?
Yeah,
when
now
you
this
play
is
these small
stand-up.
shows?
When I'm doing I'm working on the stand-up part of it.
Okay, so this is going to be strictly stand up for the next 2 nights.
It's all stand-up for the next week. I'm all over Ohio.
Yeah.
I really do.
Good people here, man.
Crushing
We got
Ohio.
here like a little over a year ago, and I love Columbus, man. People treat us well. I mean,
I come here every year.
They're great.
Love Columbus, Ohio. As soon as I get here, I'm like,
Well, it's a young, booming city. That's
yeah,
why, yeah.
great. Over in Easton, it's freaking awesome.
yeah,
You're just
so-
going to see stand-up, new special. And if you want to check out the new stand-up special, you can get it for free. It's on Epix, EPIX HD. You can watch it on your laptop or wherever.
Texts are coming in at 53299. Seth says, this dude is effing funny. Half-baked, I'm fully baked. Ha!
What about More Than Me on iTunes?
More Than Me, I tried so hard for just people to, I just wanted people to see this.
Right.
And finally, I gotta say Epix. It went on iTunes, it's doing good on iTunes, but Epix, who's affiliated with Netflix,
Okay.
it went on Netflix in June, and it reached to number 3, got to number 2, right before I went on vacation, and I can't believe the way it's blowing up.
Let me ask you about this. What's
Yeah.
up with Chappelle?
I have
What's
no
the
clue.
latest? No clue.
I know he's touring, got a big
That's
tour.
what I heard. Her sister
Big
saw
tour.
him a couple of weeks ago and said he
In
was great.
Chattanooga, Tennessee.
He cannot
Which
not
is
be
random.
great. He's on a festival tour. It's him and the Flight of Conchords.
I love those guys.
And they're doing, I don't know, 6 cities or something like that. Selling out like crazy, like 10, 15,
Yeah, this was
20,000
like
seats.
something real small. Like,
It's warming up.
Yeah, it was a warm
Oh,
up.
because he lives out here.
I don't
He lives
know.
in Ohio.
No,
Oh, is
this
that
was
right?
in Chattanooga, Tennessee.
Oh, what am I
Wait,
talking
Dave
about?
Chappelle lives in Ohio?
Yeah, he's in
I had
Ohio.
no
Yellow
idea.
Springs.
Yeah,
Where?
he's in
Where
Yellow
in Ohio?
Springs.
Do you think it was like a mental thing where he just was like done with fame, or what do you
I
think
think it was-
happened after the show?
I really think it was all. There was a lot of factors. First of all, he was a kid
Right.
when he started, and he always had people influencing him. He was ripped off. He was manipulated a lot, and what people didn't praise him for, they always looked at the crazy. I praised him for the fact of like, I don't need the money. When you're on TV, yes, you're making 20 whatever $1 million you may be making. The worst thing in the world is having yo-yos that don't know what they're talking about ruling you. And I remember I was on Tinkering with a Comedy Central show, and the people doing their show, and I'll never forget this. I mean, you had the most popular TV show in the world, and they're going, "You're not going to be like Dave, are you?" And just like want to be in the edit room, and he's so difficult to work with, and he wants to control everything. And this is coming from just jackasses.
Right.
How long have you been in the network? What do you know about television? You don't know zero. You're talking about a brilliant, one of the brilliant people of all time,
Yeah,
and
for
you're
sure.
upset because he wants to control what he's putting out there. God forbid the artist knows what he's doing. That becomes so exhausting. Even when you're number one and you still got these yo-yos on you 24/7, it's exhausting. Stand-up comedy is the only thing that is truly, well, even that's starting to get a little iffy. The freedom of speech.
Right.
Yeah. But
I don't want to hear
now
comics apologize.
He said,
I hate that.
I'll never. That's why I like Cat Williams.
Yes.
Love Cat Williams. When they try to make him apologize, like, no, I'm not apologizing.
Right.
What I said, no. And I watched the bit. There was no reason for him to apologize.
You think Red Fox would apologize? Come on, man.
Absolutely not. You're offended? Then go march, and you might let me know how it's like when you go march. I mean, who cares? It's too much.
I'm so glad you stopped by today. Jim Breuer, ladies and gentlemen. Do it at the Funny Bone tonight, tomorrow night. You are...